Hi there, it's Peter here again, the guy who hates tomatoes but loves front-end development. In today's video, I want to share with you 7 tips for developers, for designers, for anyone in the tech industry, things that I would tell myself 10 or 12 years ago when I was starting. If I knew these things, if I was reminded by these things quite often, then I'm sure I would become a better developer quicker. These 7 tips are just my tips to help you to become better developer, to get the next job, to keep your current job. The first tip is you will never know everything, okay? And this is true. I remember when I was starting up, I felt a little bit of, I don't know everything. I still need to learn this and that, and then I will be ready to apply for a job or move to the next position. But over the time, I realized that today I feel about the new technology exactly the same way. There is no difference from how I felt about new things and all the things I need to learn today or 15 years ago. It's exactly the same. There will be always stuff that you will not know and also stuff that you will not need. Okay, I see a lot of people these days spending a lot of time learning things that they will never use, but they feel they have to learn them. So just learn the next thing that will move you up in the ladder, whatever it is. Don't try to learn everything because you will never learn everything. The next tip is apply even if you don't tick all the boxes. A lot of the job listings these days have these big requirements going all the way from UI, UX, front-end, back-end, DevOps. Just don't be afraid to apply for a job even if you don't tick all the boxes. Maybe someone who is hiring just inherited the job description. I give you example, one of my jobs that I got, I definitely didn't tick all the boxes, and I got the phone call after I sent the CV. I got a phone call for the interview, got to the interview, we had a good chat, they considered me and they actually gave me the job at the end. So don't feel that you need to tick all the boxes before you apply for a job. My next tip is to stand out. Stand out. How you gonna stand out? That's the question for another video. But you need to somehow stand out. The people hiring you, the people bringing you to their company are sometimes very busy. They have a lot of CVs on the table and somehow you need to stand out. Whether it is your CV being on a pink toilet paper, whether it is just a photograph of you, whatever it is, somehow you need to stand out. I know this is the hardest bit. But from my experience, again, I created the Ihatetomatoes brand. I think that helped me a lot because when I came to the first interview or one of the first interviews or any interview even today, we start talking about Ihatetomatoes and they remember me a little bit more than someone who just sends black and white templated CV. So make sure you find your own unique way how you stand out. My next tip is to trust your skills and knowledge. It's about the self-confidence, the way you talk about your projects, the way you talk about your knowledge. It's very, very important. And if you don't believe yourself, then how will you convince someone else to hire you to do the job? You need to first see yourself being in that role. That will make you talk like you already are in that role, which will make it easier for you to get the job. The next tip is to be proactive. Okay, very important to be proactive. Maybe you get a stuck-on project and there are people that would never raise their hand, never say anything, and only leave it for the last minute that they can't deliver the feature or they are over the deadline, and that's not very good for your manager. That's not very good for your clients. If you hit a roadblock, then you can definitely put your hand up. Ask a senior developers next to you for help, but the worst thing is to keep it just for yourself and then last minute say, it's not ready, it will not be ready, it will not be done on time. So by being proactive, you will please your boss, you will please your client, and that's the best thing how to keep your job or get the next one. My next tip is to be a team player. Again, from my experience, you will never work on a project on your own. There will be always people around you. So make sure you have a good relationship with the managers, with the designers if you are a developer, and make sure you help the team around you. It will help you in the long term because sometimes people move on from the jobs and they always want to refer their old co-workers to the other companies as well. So make sure you are on the same page or try to be a team player, help everyone else around you. It could help you in the long run. And my last tip is attitude is everything. I believe that if you have the right attitude, you can always move to the next level, to the next project, to the next job that you are after. If you are positive, if you think about things happening for you instead of being negative about them, then you can definitely benefit from it in the long run. So try to always look for the positives on even on the bad things. If you lose a job, there is the next big job just behind the corner. If you miss a deadline, there is a learning for you to adjust your workflow, maybe improve your time management skills. There's always some learning even in the failures, and how you approach these failures will define how fast can you move to the next step. And that's it. That's my 7 tips for myself 15 years ago that I wish I knew, or I was reminded about these tips more often. So let's recap it. The first one was you will never know everything. Then apply even if you don't tick all the boxes. Stand out. Trust your skills and knowledge. Be proactive. Be a team player. And attitude is everything. Hopefully you've enjoyed these tips. Hopefully they help you to move up to the next level, whatever that is for you. Did I forget some tips? What would you say to yourself 10, 15 years ago that would help you to move to the next level? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in my next video. Until then, happy coding!